Welcome everybody. Tuesday, March 17th. St. Patty's Day. I just actually learned that this morning. I totally did not put that together. I brought my because I didn't put that together. My parents were in town from New Jersey this weekend, and I was like, "You know what? Let me just let's go to like a poppin' spot. Let's go to a bar type of place to eat food. Let me show them Tampa, the water." And I forgot it was St. Patty's Day. People were celebrating it, and it was not a place for 60-year-olds to be. My mom couldn't believe that there were no clothes on the waitress. So that was interesting. But welcome everybody. Let's go live on IG. Let's start this off on Tuesdays like I like to. Let's buy some cards. Um, let's see what's ending. Curious what auctions are ending here. I actually haven't looked in a little bit. Let's look at $200. Let's do minimum one bid. Minimum one bid. By the way, if you guys are not in our free community that we just created on an app called Circle, you should be. It's really, really good. Tons of videos in there, courses. We have coaching calls, all that stuff. It's really fun. Blue glitter Bo Nix. I like it. Malik Willis. Oh, nice. I just bought one of these. I'm curious to see what this ends at. This guy at the Tampa card show had one for $300 sticker price. I was like, okay, I'll take it. And looks like this one will probably do like 400. So if you bought Malik Willis stuff, like your boy said, you're gonna do very well. But also, if you bought JJ McCarthy stuff, you'll probably lose a little bit. So it's all give and take, right? CJ Stroud, that's a nice one. Where's like the color stuff, man? Where are you? Let me flip this search around. I don't like what I'm looking at. Let's look at 2024 Prism. Let's do minimum price. Let's do $200. Let's do minimum one bid count. Where's like the good stuff? Show me some football. Show me like colored Bo Nix or Caleb Williams. Silver's cool, but I don't really like to buy that stuff to hold all too much. Joe Milton. No Joe Milton for me. It's not bad. Drake May, not really someone I'm looking to buy. I'll buy it at a card show if it's a good deal, but outside of that, not really. Actually, I just sold one of these for $650. I had a PSA 9 and this. Oh, this is a PSA 8, but I had a PSA 9, and this guy just loves Caitlin Clark. Has never bought a card before, and he's like, how do I know what this card is worth? This was at the Denver card show maybe 3 weeks ago, and I was like, well, here's the sale, $675. You can take it for $650. And he said, okay, sure, because I've never bought a card before. This is a good deal. I'm like, well, let me give it to you for $600. So it's a good deal. It's 90% of comps on a Caitlin Clark card. I thought that was interesting. The first card you're buying is $600, but I guess the first card I bought was $500, so it's not that crazy. There's not that much good stuff ending. It's kind of sad to see. Where's like the good stuff, man? It's not much good graded stuff ending. Let's go on only alt and see what's ending in auction. Let's look at category. Let's look at football. Let's just see what is in the world of only alt. CeeDee Lamb. That's probably his best card. That I've never seen that before. That's pretty sick. Tom Brady, Josh Allen. This is interesting. T-Lock Kaboom Gold. That's an interesting card. Lamar's, I think this purple's a 101. I think. Cam Scattaboo. Nah, I don't like this investment at all. I don't like Scattaboo. He's good, but not for me. Kirk Cousins, 1 of 1. What the hell? Excuse my language. This is 101 Prism, so I guess 2012 Prism didn't have black. I've never seen this before. So that's Kirk Cousins' best card, I would assume. That's insane. That's super crazy. Wow. Kirk Cousins is gonna go for like $5,000 to $6,000 probably. That's insane, man. Why is this so cheap? Oh, there's 9 days left. That's why. Wow, that's crazy. A Walter Payton. I thought this was his real rookie card. I was gonna say back at 10. Okay, that is not what I thought it was. Herbert's cheap. His stuff might pop up. I wonder what this is doing now. What are the sales? Does it show me on here? No, it doesn't show me. What are the sales on this thing? 2020 Herbert Contenders Auto PSA 10. What are you doing now, Mr. Herbert? No way. It's this cheap now? Wow. I did not realize it was this cheap. Holy crap. Nobody likes Herbert anymore. I'm going to bid on that. Wow. That makes me want to just search what Herbert cards are ending. There's one. Yeah. It's a sticker auto. There's a raw one. I don't know if it's going to grade. Condition is ungraded. Looks pretty good, though. I wonder if this guy grades cards. Yeah, he probably doesn't grade cards. Look at all these cards. I doubt he grades them. This may not be a bad card to offer on. I might offer on this. I'm gonna offer on that. I'm gonna look into that and see if that's in good condition. I might take a swing and try to get it graded. I didn't realize Herbert stuff was so cheap. Wow, that's crazy. One more search. One more search. Show me Prism. Oh, how do I search for this? Prism football. Or you know what? Contenders auto. This is they don't. Contenders isn't as big anymore, but with the older quarterbacks, it still is. Not like probably like 2022 and before. I wonder if there's any good Contenders autos. This is my favorite product before it kind of went out of existence. Look at that Johnny Manziel cracked ice auto. That's crazy. At one point, this was like the card. Wow, that's such a sick card. That's so sick. I might bid on this because it's so sick. Cracked ice, 2014. A PSA 9, 375. All right, so the same card did 349. This looks like it's the same exact card. Yeah, I'm going to bid on that. I'm going to bid on, my friends. Do you guys know I don't know if you guys were on the podcast yesterday, but the skit from, there we go. This is what I'm looking for. This stuff's cheap. Do you guys know this? So there's a guy that called in yesterday, and I think he was prank calling me, just talking gibberish, like not making sense on purpose. And I started to say back to him, like, who's on first, what's on second. And it turns out almost all of my employees don't know that skit. Do you guys know that comedic skit? Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know's on third, tomorrow's pitching, today's the catcher, from Abbott and Costello. Do you guys know that skit? I thought everybody knew it, but maybe not. I'm gonna bid on this. And let me know if you guys know that, because I think it's crazy that people do not know that. I had it. I thought everybody did. Let me just bid on this, and then we will get to the questions. Let me just bid on a few cards. If you're wondering why I'm not sharing my screen, it's because the reason is I cannot do that anymore because people steal cards from me. I found out, so I have to be more careful. Let me just bid on that. And we're good now. Cool. All right. Phone me, Blazer. Yeah, you guys have seen it. Yes, sir. Been around for 100 years. Yeah, my employees didn't know that. It's crazy. All right. Let's let it begin. I'll open this up. Here we go. Phone number's 813-618-2075. We got our first.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, it's John, Mississippi.
What's up, John from Mississippi? How can I help?
I have two questions.
Yeah.
I'll make them quick.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you know this, but if you pay for Card Ladder, the yearly subscription, do you get the PSA? Do you get the deal with it, or do you have to go through PSA and sign up for that and get the Card Ladder subscription?
I think it's if you do PSA,
Okay.
then they give you a Card Ladder. I believe. I'm not 100%, but I believe.
Okay. Just checking because I did the free 7-day trial with Card Ladder just to kind of, play with it a little bit. And my second question is there any other tricks? Because this is my third time to call, and when you told me to accept offers, that helped a lot. I was able to pick up several cards.
Yeah.
But it seems, man, like in last week, it's kind of been slow to find the good cards. The Penix, Jaden Daniels. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm kind of running in a little dry run, and I didn't know if that was pretty common.
Well, just in general, in the off season, it's going to be harder to find it is today than it will be in 3 months from now because people start to post it more as the season gets closer. But I mean, from what I've seen, I haven't had any problems buying cards, but also that's why not relying on one source or like one income stream like eBay is very important.
Okay.
But having connections and using Facebook, Instagram, they're all just as good as each other, and building those connections. And card shows are great. I picked up a bunch of really good stuff at just the local Tampa card show this weekend. So
Right.
I haven't seen a dry spell. I think that it could just be a you thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, maybe because I'm only like 2 or 3 months into this, from watching your content. So I think I'm being pretty careful about what I'm watching the gym rates. And I heard you say yesterday, I've been kind of keeping the gym rates 50%, or been kind of nervous to go below that. So that may be another thing,
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it smart, right? You're being picky. That's what you should do if you're new to it, because you want to, get confidence, make easy money. It's not about making $1 million tomorrow. It's about, setting yourself up for success in the future and proving to yourself that this works. So you're doing it the right way. There's no need to go at 100 miles an hour.
I got you, man. Well, I'll let somebody else call in. That's really all I had. Other than it was pretty funny from the guy that called in yesterday. I don't know. It seemed like he had some screws loose. I don't know.
No, I think he was. I don't know who it is, but I think he just was like trying to be funny, or maybe just one of the haters in like in my comments section or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, Eric. I'll let somebody else call in, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
See ya.
Bye. All right. That was Mississippi. Come on, phone. Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, what's going on, Eric? How you doing?
What's up? What's up? Give me the name again. I know you've called before.
Yes, best friend, aka Ernesto.
Ernesto, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? Just had a quick question.
Yeah.
The cards that you go pick up a couple off of eBay, and the ones that I'm like, I don't think it'll gem with PSA. Do you think it's worth sending it to another company to see if it would gem, or just try to get rid of it at that point raw?
That's a very general question. It just depends on the card. That's like asking me, "Hey, I don't think this girl is pretty, but should I tell my uglier friend about her?" Well, let's see what she looks like, right? So, I don't know. It's a very broad question. The answer is probably not. If If there's something wrong with it, if it's not going to get a PSA 10, probably won't be good with another grading company. The only time I don't send cards to PSA is bigger cards, probably thicker cards, where a slight edge or corner ding, but the rest is perfect. I might go to Beckett. That's the
Okay.
only time I do that. But every company has its pros and cons. But the answer is most likely not.
So, like, for example, I know I gave it real bit general, but if, like, just like you said, if it's just like a little corner ding where I'm just like, I know how picky PSA is. I'm like, I don't know if I could squeeze that in maybe someplace else, or get that 9.5 with Beckett, like, or maybe get the 10. Just don't bother. Get rid of it raw at that point.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, if you're talking corner ding, even Beckett's gonna knock you for that. It's got to be really light. Like I know, like it's got to be like the only time I do something like that, I'll buy a card
Mhm.
and it'll be a really light corner ding. It's got to be light,
Yeah.
and a Beckett 9.5 might be 8,000, and a PSA 10 might be 11,000, and raw might be 3,000. And I'm like, well, this just makes sense to send it to Beckett because I know this is going to get a 9, and a 9 in this case might be 4 to 5,000. So yeah, it's like the way I do it, at least, it's a very specific situation when I don't send cards to PSA.
All right. Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. I know there's probably other people waiting to ask their questions. Appreciate always taking the time.
Thanks, Ernesto.
Have a good one.
Bye. All right, that was oh wait, wrong person. Whoops. I think I just clicked the wrong button. Sorry, Ernesto. I think I called you on accident. My apologies there. Calling.
Morning, St. Patty's.
What's up, man? What's up?
Stay away from the green beer. It's only Tuesday.
I know. No beer for me. I'm on a very strict diet, so I can't drink, smoke weed, do anything for 3 months. So
What was your? I remember. Yeah, you were. So I called him before, and I remember you talking about you're doing this wellness for a little bit. What was besides the wings? What else was the biggest one you had to give up, or it took a while for it to, or every now and then you have that little itch to have?
everything. I can't eat anything. Anything you think is good, I can't eat it. I just eat chicken wings, eggs, apple with almond butter, and pickles. That's what I eat. Just like anything that's processed, uh, is no good. Even like grapes, I can't have.
What?
Yeah, I can't have grapes. I'm only allowed to have like cantaloupe and like apples for fruit.
They brought the hammer down.
Yeah, I know. Apparently, it's part of like just totally resetting your body, which I feel fantastic. It's just painful when I see a chocolate chip cookie on a Sunday in my house. I'm like, shit, man, I really want that.
I was gonna say, man, you must like the bloat. Sometimes you wake up from something you ate and your stomach just whatever, a little irritated or something. So you must not have any kind of bloat or swelling or anything. You must just wake up refreshed and ready to go
Yeah,
on naked and afraid.
yeah. I didn't really blow. Obviously, if I eat, what really does me dirty is football Sundays, man. I will go crazy. I will eat.
Yeah,
I'll eat anything.
it's the
And
chips and queso for me.
what'd you say?
The chips and queso is what is my
Oh
downfall.
yeah. Oh, the chips and queso is bad, man. It's like you can't even like finish your meal because I just have so much of it. It's so addicting. The guac
Yeah,
and the queso.
I'm a family of 5.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, God bless your soul. But yeah, it was more of an energy thing for me. Um, just waking up with more energy, not being reliant on caffeine, and it's night and day. It's night and day.
Well, good man. I just got one thing for you.
Go
I
for
think
it.
it's just trying to figure out if you can show me if on. I know you're not. You do the best you can. You can pull up a Topps Chrome. We'll just go off basketball off right now because I know it'll probably help once they start putting out their football cards. But what borders would you go off of to see centering? Like an X Factor and everything else always just throws me off because they have like a 3-dimensional. They just have so much going on the cards. It's kind of hard to see.
Yep. So like just a Topps Chrome refractor.
Sure. that one, or like the X-Factor, what throws me off, just because all the squares and everything going on. It's really loud. It's a loud card.
Yeah. So the tricky thing is I have a Topps Chrome Pulsar pulled up, but they're all like the same. So this left border from where like this blue, like this lighter blue. So you have the darker blue and then the lighter blue, where this lighter blue ends, like that white line to the end. Then the right border is pretty straightforward. And then the tricky thing is you want this top border. So this blue line up is that even with this blue line down. Not here. Here. That's what I've seen. That's how they measure the border. So that's how to do it. It might be a little delayed for you, but that's how to do it.
For left and right, and then the top and bottom is just you go off that bottom right.
Bottom right. Yep. Bottom right.
So top to bottom right.
Yeah, you just gotta just look at PSA 10s and just see, like, the way I found out about this is I just looked at them at PSA 10s and I was like, well, there's a commonality. All of them are perfectly even on that right. They're measuring that right side of the bottom border, not the other part of it. So
okay, because I was getting confused on if it was off of like the team name, like if it was the Mavericks, if it was to the end of that, or was it to the end of whatever. And then I started trying using the boxes or the circles, and the design is like, no, don't even worry about those. It's all about that framing. And I was like, man, what framing is it? The blue or the? But that makes a lot of sense.
like this one's terribly centered. That's obviously terribly centered, but like this pink one, like this pink one's off centered a little bit, so you could see the top border with that right border, that bottom right part of the border is smaller than the top. So that's probably why this one got a 9. So yeah, hopefully that helps. I know it's tricky. It's usually tricky.
No, that helps a ton, man. I really appreciate it because, like I said, once these footballs come out and everything else, and just a tool.
Yeah.
Prism was a pain in the ass too.
Yep. Yes, it was. And give me the name one more time because I'm gonna save your contacts so I don't forget it because I feel terrible.
I don't remember. Antonio.
Antonio, that's right. How did I forget that? Cool. All right, Antonio, I got you saved, so now I could reference you by name, and I'll never forget.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, Antonio. Thanks, man. All right, we got a slew of callers. We got, oh man, we got a lot. Aurora, Illinois. By the way, guys, you just got to call once and you're in the queue. I promise. I promise. That was Antonio. And this is. Oh, wait. I'm confused. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, whoops. Sorry. I called you on accident. Aurora and hung up. But now you're good. Now we're good.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up? What's up? Who's calling?
Yeah, man. I was wondering. So you talked about when you were going through some of your different angles you like to take.
Yeah.
You talked about that the 2014 Khabib card. I think 2013 was the first time he was in the product. So I know that's a more long-term hold, but
yeah.
Is there a reason why you would go for that 2014? Is it just because it's the first auto?
I actually don't remember me talking about this. But let me look it up. So you're asking me what Khabib card would I hold long-term and why?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering, his rookie card would technically be 2013, and when you did one, it was 7 cards to look for and hold long term.
Oh, that video. Okay.
Yeah. And you brought up the 2014 auto, and I was just wondering if there's a reason, based on how other sports have gone, if it makes more sense to get the 2014 because it's his first auto, or look at the 2013s because the 2013s are pretty inexpensive.
Let me see the 2013s. I don't see any Khabib 2013s. I see 2012. I see 2012 Topps UFC Bloodlines. So the 2013 finest. I would either go after his first auto or actually the 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would go after.
All right, cool. And do you see any other like angles with UFC now? The White House card's coming up, and I know the sport will probably get a big bump from that. Do you see any other angles, or just kind of for now, just get the goats and just hold on to them?
Goats in hold. It's not like it's kind of like asking me is I don't know what's like a second tier sporting cards like is soccer a good buy? Probably. It's probably gonna slowly go up as cards gets bigger, but it's just like a slow maturing thing. I wish I had a better answer, but it's just a buy and hold if you believe it type of thing.
Got it. Cool, man. Well, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, yeah.
Bye. All right. That was Aurora.
Hello.
There he is.
Eric, who's on first, Bubba?
I knew that would get you the who's on first. I know you've seen that skit 8 million times.
Come in, what's on second, Bubba? Eric.
Yes.
Eric, not knowing that skit is the equivalent of you never hearing who Ken Burns is.
No. There's no way.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Those are not equivalents.
Those are equivalencies. That's a proof.
No, there's no way because I'm.
Did you watch any of his movies yet or no?
I did. I'm done with. What I did is because there's so many, I ChatGPT'd which is the highest rated Ken Burns documentary, and then it told me the top 3: Vietnam War, then the Civil War, and then the one about the national parks. So I started the Vietnam War one. Incredible. Just like I'm 2 episodes deep. I'm almost done with episode 2. Just incredible. I learned so much about how the Vietnam War started that I didn't know about. How like the French occupied Vietnam, and then they didn't during World War II. Then they tried to get it back, and the U.S. were like in a conflict because it was like, well, do we help the French, our ally, and not have communism spread, or do we support Ho Chi Minh, who wants to free his nation, which is what America is built upon, right? The whole July 4th, right? We were once a colony, so it's I learned so much. It's fucking fantastic.
There you go. So he's the truth.
Oh yeah, wow, just great. And this one was created in 1994, so I can't imagine what the newer ones are like. The ones in from 2015, 2016.
Yeah, he's the Shohei Ohtani of documentary filmmaking. Have you seen what he looks like?
Like a homeless guy, right?
Yes, his hair is crazy, man. He has a crazy hairdo.
Yeah, that's how they are when they're geniuses.
He's awesome. He's an awesome filmmaker. He has a crazy hairdo.
Yeah. The Vietnam War is not something I'd ever want to participate in. That's also something I've learned. That thing is scary.
Yes, agreed. It's amazing that how brave those guys were. Mostly guys.
Yeah, like these 18, 19-year-old guys. I knew this quote was from somewhere, but the head commander of the North Vietnamese army. So there's Ho Chi Minh is like the guy that like led the Vietnam whole freedom march, and then the commander, I forgot his something DM. I forgot his name, but he was quoted by saying once the Americans started to land troops in Vietnam, because obviously they didn't have the firepower we did, we'll be everywhere and nowhere, and referencing guerrilla warfare. I was like, holy shit, I would I would shit myself.
Yeah, well, they did a pretty good job of using guerrilla warfare to fight us.
Yeah, they did. It's the one of the most interesting part of the documentary was what kicked the French out of Vietnam, because they occupied it for a long time, was they were fighting, the French were fighting Ho Chi Minh's army, and they were going to a conference in Geneva to like talk about peace and ceasefire, and each army wanted to get a leg up on the other before the conference. So the French, they mounted themselves in the valley, knowing like the Vietnam had to like go through the mountains. They were set up in the valley, something along these lines, so they could just obviously kill a bunch of them. And the Ho Chi Minh had one of the greatest military feats of all time. He brought like all this heavy artillery, all this ton tanks and crazy stuff in the mountains by foot, hid them in the mountains. So when the French got to the valley, they just surrounded them, and then they killed 8,000 Frenchmen. Then the French surrendered and withdrew from Vietnam. It's considered one of the greatest military feats of all time.
They study that in military college. That sounds like a great victory. Yeah. Was the guy's name? Was the general you're talking about Vo Nguyen Giap?
Yep, that's him. Yeah, I just can't say the name.
I googled it. I googled it. Yeah, I have a friend who moved to Vietnam, and I learned, interestingly enough, he's like, the food is great. It's a mix of Asian and French cuisine. So I was like, why would there be that influence? And then I looked up the history, and then found out, as most countries are, occupied by some Eastern. I'm just trying to think here. No, Western European country at some point in history. So the food in Vietnam is really good because of the French influence as well. The French Asian cuisine.
Interesting enough. So after the Korean War, right, you have North and South Korea, and that stands true today. But Vietnam is one country. So U.S. withdrew out of Vietnam. So is Vietnam a communist country today? I don't think it is, right?
I think I don't. That's a good question. I don't want to.
Because you would think that would be more like a dictatorship type of country, because the U.S. essentially lost and left. But I haven't got to this part. But I'm thinking but there's, one Vietnam, and from my knowledge, it's like a pretty open country. You can go there, and
but it might be like a modern type of communism. Looking here, Communist Party fields nearly 93% of candidates as Vietnam holds parliamentary candidates. Fields nearly 93% of parliamentary candidates. So maybe it's like mostly communist.
So maybe it's one of these countries that just rig every election, so the same people stay.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but cool. I'm glad that you got some new movies to watch about history, and a new way to spend some time learning.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Speaking of learning, baby, I wanted to ask you a real-time data question.
Yeah.
Your advice.
Yeah.
Okay. I purchased a card as per your advice. Malik Willis, rookie Premier Materials auto card number H203, autoed to $199. And when I bought the card, the kid or the person I bought it from threw in a couple extra cards with the purchase. So I was wondering what you would do on these particular cards. If you'd grade them, if you wouldn't grade them, if you'd throw them in the garbage, if you'd sell them. All right, he threw in a Zach Edey, who's injured on the IL. I think he's missing the rest of the season. Zach Edey, fresh paint, auto, sticker auto to 75. It looks clean to me.
Okay, that card's worth about $20-ish.
Yeah, would you grade it and hold it for next season and then try to sell it at the beginning of next season?
No, the card's too hard to grade. It's all colored. You could hold it. I don't think it'll go up like a little bit. If it was mine, I would just sell it.
Sell it. All right. Yeah. Wait till next season. Sell it. All right. He threw in a bunch of other stuff. He also put in this Will Howard pink camo, number 318. I looked on gem rate, 100% gem rates, but only two have been graded. Would you grade a Will Howard and think, hey, maybe he gets some buzz before the season starts and they'll go up in value, or no?
I would, but not that card because it's too cheap. Like, it's worth like a few dollars, and a PSA 10 might be $30 if it gets a 10, so you're not making any money.
But you do like a Will Howard better card, like a Contenders auto?
Yeah, I would mix in a few. It's not something I'd go. I'm not like as confident as I am with as I was with like Malik Willis, but I would mix in a few.
Sweet. And what about that Malik Willis card? I know I've been listening to your advice. It's a thick card, so don't get it graded. But
So what is it? It's 2022 Malik. Say it again.
2022 Malik Willis, rookie Premier Materials auto. I think it's a sticker auto also, and it's to 199. It gems 23%.
You're gonna make money on it. You're probably, how much did you pay for it?
Like $80, 85, but then was taxes and shipping.
When did you buy it?
Like, I bought it like 2 weeks ago.
You kind of paid strong there.
Yeah.
What was your theory for buying? Did you see sales of it for that?
I saw a sale. I saw PSA 10 that didn't sell, but was listed for like $350, and then it was on auction, and so I put a bid on it, and I didn't see any like recent sales on auction, so I put a bid that was like one third of what the price that was selling for. I know that you want to look for comps that are sold, but the one that wasn't sold that was $350, I put like a bid for around like one third that price on the bid because I didn't see any other sales, and that's what happened.
So the last sale in January, granted his stuff is up then, since it's $35, and then you paid $80. So like piece of like advice, or two pieces. You don't want to be like that next highest sale. You want to get in cheap before it goes up. If you see a card that's at $90 and the last sale was $40, just forget it.
Yeah.
You never want to do that. And number two, never use a reference as something that is not sold. The reason the guy's asking $300 and it's still on eBay is because it's overpriced. That's like when people say to me, like you've probably heard me say this before, but I'll go up to a dealer at a card show and there'll be 4 sales of a card at $500 and the dealer's asking $900. And he'll say to me, hey, the cheapest one on eBay is $1,400. And I'll be like, well, just because someone went on eBay and they decided to ask $1,400 doesn't mean the card is worth more. I can go on eBay with my $500 card and ask $30,000. Does that mean it's worth that? Of course not, right? There's a reason it's on eBay and it's not sold, because it is overpriced. Like when dealers say that to me, sometimes I want to say to them, like, yeah, there's a reason that card is on eBay and not sold, right? Because it is overpriced. So thank you for pointing that out. So never use a reference point of something on eBay. Only use concrete data and stuff that's sold. So because that card is probably, a PSA 10 is probably like, people don't even know what stuff is worth. So it's probably worth like half of what he's asking.
Right. So I appreciate the advice. I guess what I'm asking is my assumption, my game plan was, because it's thick, to just not to send it in for grading and just hold it and wait, and then try to resell it for a bit more at a certain point before the season.
Yes, and you'll probably make a little bit of money. Third piece of advice is, when you're buying things to hold, you want to buy top tier products. Prism, Contenders autos, maybe Optic Contenders autos, Select. Absolute is good, but it's not great. So it won't appreciate as much as the others. So I'd rather see you buy like a Prism Silver PSA 10 for $200 or whatever they're worth. You'll have a much better time, easier time selling it. And if Malik Willis does go up, that will be the first card to go up.
Got it. Okay. Understood. Appreciate it. Okay, so just look for the top tier stuff. I mean, I sound like I should know this. Just look for the top tier stuff. That's the stuff that appreciates. Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's easier to sell. Not only does it go up the most, but it's the easiest to sell. Or better yet, before you buy anything, just call into the podcast, and I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, cool. Yeah, when I was looking at Gem Rate, the site's awesome because it has all the data. I thought like one thing that would make the site even better, because when you put a card in, a lot of times there's like many variations on the card, like the verbiage on the card, so it's hard to tell exactly what card you're looking at.
Yeah.
I thought it would be awesome if Gemry could, like, when you click the card, it shows you an actual picture of the card. I don't know if that would, too much time it would take, but that would be I feel like that would be a pretty awesome addition to that site if they could do that.
Well, it's coming. We're building a software. We're in the middle of it. So something like that is coming, and I'm open to all feedback. So.
That sounds awesome. That and the lapel pins. Where they at, bro?
Not yet. We got to get them. We got to get these pins. I know. We need them badly.
Yeah, for sure. And I appreciate the information. I also just want to let you know that it wasn't me that called and pranked you yesterday. Because I know you have my number saved, Bubby.
Maybe it was like your aunt or uncle. Yeah, I couldn't tell. I was like, I was treading water because maybe the guy had like a mental illness, and I don't want to laugh live in front of a bunch of people. But then I figured he didn't. By the way he was talking.
Yeah, no, I have to listen back to hear it, but I don't. It wasn't me, bro. It wasn't me.
Well, Merv, like
you said, it wasn't me.
I have you to thank because of Ken Burns. Number one, my girlfriend now is not a fan because I said to her, I was like, babe, because I don't watch many things. Like, it takes a lot for me to get into something. I was like, I have something that's gonna keep me occupied for like a year or maybe 2 of great like watching before bed. And she was thinking in her head like, oh yeah, it's something we could watch together. Then I told her Ken Burns, the Vietnam War documentary. That's 9 episodes, and she was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, but there's 40 documentaries, and it's probably at least a year it'll take me to get through all of them. So I have you to thank for a year's worth of entertainment. So when I'm sitting in my bed with my girlfriend Friday night watching a Vietnam War documentary, just know that I'll be thinking of you.
Oh, that's awesome. Sweet, man. That's good.
Well, Merv, I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
Thanks, Merv. Any questions, just let me know.
Yeah, I'll call you back before I purchase next time, and we'll walk through it. Thanks, dude.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
Later.
Bye. All right, that was Merv, and this is Wisconsin. Mansion in Wisconsin. Famous line. T-Pain. For those of you guys that don't know, look it up. Look it up.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
What?
You have Eric. You're live on the show.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Do you know who's on first? Nah, you don't. You don't. I wonder if that was the same prank caller as the other day. Maybe it's just like a wrong guy.
Eric.
What's up, Walter? You're live.
What's going on, man? I was just listening to the call before. And he was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think that guy, I don't know if that was a prank call or he was confused.
He thought he was at radio or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with him. But what's up, dude? How can I be at your service?
Not much, man. Hey, just quick question. Because right when the season started, or when Topps came out with all the new basketball, so I managed to get John Canuple at a pretty low price. Like, it's Topps Chrome, silver, like $30, before he hyped up. So I'm seeing the same thing with a lot of these rookies, like Ace Bailey, which I think is a great rookie, Edgecombe and all that.
Yeah.
And their refractors are so low right now. Is this something that you're still gonna wait until the end of the season to buy, or is it something that you would be buying right now, just get ready for next season?
Personally, I will be waiting.
You think it's gonna be lower than this?
It's pretty low. I'm looking at it. It's pretty low.
Low. I mean, you can get Ace Bailey refractor for like less than $20. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's like $13.
Yeah,
wow.
Let me look this up. You may have just given me a nice little thing to buy. Let's see. So Ace Bailey, it's $6 raw.
Yeah, and that's just Ace Bailey. I mean, there's many more.
Who's the one? What's his name? Oh, Harper. What does Harper stuff go for?
Harper, he's going good price, I think. Good price. He's still in San Antonio, so people does like him. Man, you said Dylan Harper, and I bought a out of 25 midnight from him, and I was cleaning it, and I messed it up.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
fun. Well, this is
bad.
Ace Bailey Topps Chrome Refractors are kind of a good grade. You could buy them in bulk for like $5. A PSA 10 is 150, 160, and a PSA 9 is $20. So you'll lose like, $10, $15 if it gets a 9, but the gem rate's about 40%. So actually, yeah, on Ace Bailey, I might buy him right now.
Just started now because I already started buying a couple of him, and I mean, I was just wondering what you think about that.
Wow,
like,
even Dylan Harper, man, his PS, holy shit, his
there's
refractor
a lot of
raw, it's like $20, and a PSA 10 is 500. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's crazy. So we should be buying this right now, right?
Yeah, this lower end stuff, the grade, yeah, because it's gonna take a few months and it'll heat up in like June and July, most likely. So I didn't realize it was that cheap because I don't, to be honest, I don't follow basketball like I nearly do football or even baseball. So yeah, that stuff I'd stockpile and grade, to be honest, if I was in the buying and grading mood.
I already started. Hopefully, not a lot of people go run now to eBay and buy them.
Yeah.
After this fall.
Yeah. Hopefully, you didn't ruin it for yourself.
Exactly. I'm about to take my break and go buy a bunch of them on eBay.
Yeah, they're cheap, man. There's not a lot of risk. The risk is losing, $15.
I mean, I already have like 10 of them of the Ace Bailey. I already started buying, but I think they're so cheap.
Yeah, even the Dylan Harpers, the PSA 9s are, I can't even believe this. It's $68. So as a 9, you're gonna make like $10, and as a 10, you're making like 400 or 500, whatever that is.
Exactly. Well, oh man, I'll keep listening to you. It's good talking to you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Cool.
Thanks, Walter. I gotta write this down, what he just said, because that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Let me just write this down before I call my next guy. Give me 1 second, then I'm going to resume. Just give me 1 second. All right, we're back. Thanks, Walter. Appreciate that one. See, even I learn things. That's why I do these things. All right, we got Port St. Lucie. This is where the Mets play spring training. By the way, you guys should join that free community. And the link that just dropped in the chat. It's very good. It's very, very, very good. There's no catches. It's totally free. I promise.
Hello?
Hey, you have Eric. You're live.
Hey, what's up, Eric? This is Alex. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Alex? How may I be at your service today?
Yeah, dude. So I'm calling. I just started my journey with buying cards and stuff about 3 weeks ago.
Nice.
Went to the Nashville
Are you,
card show.
Alex, you're not a first-time caller, are you?
Yeah, this is actually first-time caller.
First time, Raul? You sound familiar. All right, well, okay,
Yeah.
so just started 3 weeks ago. You went to Nashville. Continue.
Yeah, and dude, I was blown away of the madness. I was like, dang, this is awesome.
Yep.
And I just went down the rabbit hole on YouTube and just looking up, people talking about the business and all that, and obviously came across your stuff. I was like, oh, cool. This guy sounds legit. He seems like a nice guy, So I started listening, taking your advice,
And my main question for you is, I know you've been talking a lot about the select football cards lately, and I've been looking into the quarterbacks that you mentioned. My main question is, like, obviously with select, there's different levels, right? You got concourse, you got premier, I think it's club, field, there's suite somewhere in the middle. For these cards, which ones should we be targeting? I know you mentioned obviously the ones with higher value, like numbered and parallels and all that stuff, but just to kind of get some, I guess, insight there, like what should we be aiming for the most so we don't waste time, obviously money?
So to be honest, they're all so field level is the most liquid of them all, but they're all equally as liquid. It just goes there is no like best or worst select card to buy. They're all basically as liquid as the next one. It's just a matter of making sure the numbers make sense, right? Like you've probably seen in my videos and what I've talked about, right? Is the gem rate on point? Can you at least 2 extra money? Like a blue disco select premier versus like a club red shock or whatever. They're all liquid. They're all really good. You'll have no problem selling them. Just so you know, cards, the hardest thing is knowing what to buy. That's why 90% of what I talk about is buying. Once you know what to buy, selling is easy. Like the stuff sells easier than you'd ever imagine if you're buying the right stuff at the right time. If you're buying the right stuff at the wrong time, you're going to lose money. If you're buying the wrong stuff at the right time, you're going to lose money. You must be buying good products of cards at the right time while they're low. And all of them are good to answer your question.
Okay, so even like the base, like concourse cards, like these rookie cards?
Yes, they are, but a base concourse card is most likely not a good economical investment because they're probably a few dollars raw.
Right.
Yeah, they're all liquid though. They'll all sell. You want to be buying make sure as a PSA 9 you're going to break even, and a PSA 10 you're at least 2xing your money. That's what you want to look for, especially since you're newer, right? So you don't want to lose money in the beginning. So yeah, and like a base concourse card will be like $5, and a PSA 9 will be like 10. So if it gets a PSA 10 will be like 30. So there's just no money to be made.
Okay, cool. And the, I guess, second question, you got time. With obviously Topps taking over the licensing, I know you mentioned this, you're not worried about it, but how much, should we be still investing in the, Panini products moving forward? And do you think they're still going to hold value? I know it's based off player, but, should we maybe start saving up for Topps football to come out and then start, investing in that? Or what's your take on that?
Yeah, well, there's a lot. There's a lot to unpack with what you just said. Number one, you don't want to be buying products while they're new, right? So if you just go and look at like Jackson Dart cards as they've come out, they actually get lower as the season gets closer with new cards and when products release, because as the supply goes up, more people break open packs and boxes and more come into existence. When supply goes up, demand goes down, price goes down. So you don't really want to be buying the new stuff even when you're new to cards. You'd rather be buying the stuff from last year because that's the stuff that's low right now. That's a higher chance of appreciating. Obviously, anything could happen, but that's just like a general rule. And I had something else to say as well. What was the other thing that you just said?
About if they're gonna, I guess their value will hold, or should we save for Topps to come out?
Yeah. So back in little history lesson for you. So LeBron James's rookie year is 2003, and his rookie cards are Topps Chrome. Those are Topps. So Topps was making the basketball rookie cards back then. And Panini started making basketball cards in 2012. Just because Panini started making cards in 2012, that had no effect on LeBron James's rookie cards. It doesn't matter who makes the cards. Nobody cares. It's a matter of, is the card licensed and is the player playing well or not? That's all people care about. Just because Topps is going to take over the license, people think that means no one's going to want, a downtown rookie Justin Herbert card. They still will, believe me, because it's licensed. And it was licensed at the time it came out.
Gotcha. Okay, so as long as they're licensed, you're good.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, cool. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time. I know how this works. 1 to 2 questions max. But yeah, man, appreciate everything you're doing, bro. And I'm absorbing everything like a sponge right now from what you're saying and just applying stuff. And yeah, dude, appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, Alex. Yeah, any questions? As I'm sure you're newer, you'll have a bunch of them. Feel free to call in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m.
All right, sounds good, Eric. Have a blessed day, bro.
Thanks, Alex. Bye. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I will not be able to get through everybody. Holy crap. I apologize. Oh, that's to voicemail. That makes life easy. Pennsylvania.
Hello.
Hey, you have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. How's it going? First time caller, long time listener. Really appreciate the community you're building out here. Really enjoy listening to the repeat callers like Safe and everybody.
Yeah, thanks, man. What's your name?
My name's Nate.
Well, Nate, welcome. First time caller. Hopefully not the last time caller. How you said you've been listening for how long? A few months?
A long time. I've even in the past met with some of your coaches to see if the program would be a good fit. Have never been in the program, but really appreciated all the time. But got a question for you. So
go for it.
Been doing cards a little bit. So no exaggeration, I have about 1,800 bulk cheap cards at PSA.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and the issue I'm running into now is like I have orders that were scanned in December 4th and are still sitting in grading. So I'm looking to basically change strategy.
You said September 4th?
No, sorry, December 4th.
Oh, okay. That's not terrible, but okay.
It's not too bad, but I've been doing the cheap stuff for a couple years, and that's the longest I've seen it since COVID, honestly, wait time-wise. But essentially, what I'm calling to ask you is I'm trying to change up strategy and maybe go for some bigger cards that I could send like Value Plus or Regular or Express, because the weight is kind of killing me. And I was looking at some of the gem rates on these Donruss downtowns, and my only concern is like the 2025 Donruss, the football ones, the gem rates on them are like 80 to 90% on every player. Like I was going through, and it's really consistently above 80%, some guys even in the 90s. Do you think that's going to end up pretty quickly changing the value of the PSA 10s?
Yes. So if you just look, so let me just share my screen here. So if you look just at a Jackson, so I would not buy those cards, first off.
Okay.
To be straightforward with you. So a Jackson Dart Downtown PSA 10, a raw is $1,000 and a PSA 10 right now is $1,900. So you can't even double your money if it gets a 10. My rule is I want to at least double my money. So it's not something I would buy to begin with. But you can see over the past 90 days, a PSA 10 is slowly going down in value. Why is that? Well, as supply goes up, what happens? Demand goes down, price goes down. So these cards actually, it's in my opinion, and obviously anything can happen, but I would never buy them because I believe it is a terrible investment. Because not only I can't even double my money today, but if I get the card back in a month, I think this card's gonna be worth less than it is today. So for that reason, I would never buy it. The new cards I don't buy too much of. I mess around with it a little bit. And I would rather put my money in something where, hey, if it's gonna be at PSA for a month, I want something that I think is going to have a chance of being worth more when I get it back rather than less.
Awesome. I had that same concern. I wanted to see what you thought about it with the pop just going up and up. They're really clean cards, obviously, because of the gem rate. But yeah, that's my concern there is just that PSA 10 value going down. So I really appreciate your help with that.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Any other questions?
Not at the moment. Really enjoy watching. Keep up the great work. I really like your positivity.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. Have a good one, Eric. Thank you.
All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. That was PA. Now we're on to Indiana.
We like your positivity. Thanks, man.
Hey, man, you got Eric. You're live.
Hi, Eric. This is JT from Southern Indiana. I normally call you from my work number, but called you from my cell today, so you had this one in here.
What's up, JT? How may I help?
So I'm almost through the course. I'm finally getting caught up. One of these days, I'm going to hop in the Zoom calls and get completely immersed. Work is still kicking the butt, but I did have a question. I know a lot of the focus is always on like the rookie cards, but I try to analyze and take in all the information, just being an analytical kind of guy. And I guess I'm curious from like a collector standpoint. Like for me, Indianapolis Colts, Daniel Jones came over from the Giants. We figure he's going to be here for a while. Why does everybody, I guess, covet a rookie card from somebody who's like moved, like say Malik? I mean, I get it, but if I'm like a collector, I don't want a Daniel Jones in a Giants uniform. I want a Daniel Jones in a Colts uniform. So how do you kind of pick and choose like what your kind of collection is? And I'll preface this by saying I hit a Peyton Manning 1 of 2. It was like a Nike swoosh patch, whatever to break way back when. But he was in a Broncos uniform. Broke my heart because I'm a Colts fan.
Yeah.
So I ended up selling that so I can find, more of a grail, of Peyton that I was looking for. But why the fascination with so many people for like rookie cards, even though say a player's changed teams 3 or 4 times, versus maybe one where he's like in the uniform of like a team? Because I'm trying to maybe think of as like a collector, because some people, somebody's going to buy these to sit on them at the end of the day and collect them, so am I stupid for trying to find like Daniel Jones in Colts uniforms and thinking about maybe getting those graded, or what's your play there?
Yeah. Well, why do people want rookie cards? Why do people want original Picasso paintings? They want the original, right? They want the first.
I got you.
So same concept. It's just what humans prefer. It's just how our brains work. They want the first, right? Just the first is always more valuable. Like a Mickey Mantle autograph from 1952 is going to be worth more than a Mickey Mantle autograph from 1995. Older and first and more original, people like. That's just how it goes. So in terms of investing and making money, you want the rookie stuff. So even if I like Daniel Jones, just I would suck it up and just buy the stuff in the Giants uniform.
Gotcha. Okay, I was just it's just one of those unique cases for me because it's like sometimes you have a guy like my dude Peyton Manning who played all the way through and then left. Same thing with Tom Brady and others. But yeah, the rookie cards are still the cards. But it's like you would think at the end of the day, there would be somebody out there who was looking for that Broncos because the dude overpaid by like $300 from the other one of the 2 that sold, which was a winner for me. But the dude knew I had the only other one, and he was willing to pay for it. So kind of worked out. But that just kind of sparked that question, just to get some thoughts on it.
It's a valid question because people just will. Like people that are newer into cards will just start buying stuff that they think is good and looks cool, and it's just not in the world of cards. It's just how it works. I don't make the rules, man. I just oblige by them.
Nope, I get it. But I just wanted to ask the question. Appreciate you.
Yeah, good question. Anything else?
Nope. I'll let you get on to the next one because I know you're a busy dude.
All right, JT. Thank you.
All right, brother. Take care.
All right, bye. All right, people. I got to give that a wrap. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I see there's a bunch of you guys still waiting, but call back tomorrow, Wednesday, 10 a.m. We do this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you in the next